Hey guys, I'm Rhonda Draculis with RK3 Designs, and today I'm going to show you how we took 2-inch foam board that was actually scrap, and we're going to turn it into a really cool designer clock with epoxy. So we've already prepped our board, and this is how we did it. Okay guys, you know I'm a huge fan of not throwing things away. I love making things out of old scrap. So we use pink foam for all sorts of projects. We use them to do backsplashes. We use them to do shower walls. And this piece is actually an old drop piece from a crawfish table we made a couple of weeks ago and donated it to an organization here in our town. So now I want to do something with this. It's just too much fun to throw away. So let's see what we can come up with. Now you'll notice it's got two different layers here. I'm gonna just take my sander with a 220. It'll eat right through this foam, and I'm gonna make it a nice, pretty round shape. All right, so now everything's nice and smooth. Now we need to address in the 1-inch and the 2-inch foam, you have a pre-scored line that we have to address. If you don't cover that before you put the epoxy, you're gonna get a lot of bubbles. So I'm just gonna put blue painter's tape. That epoxy will soak down into that tape and it'll be completely invisible once you pour the epoxy on top. Now, unlike our shower panels, because this is just an art piece that's gonna be hanging on the wall, I'm not putting our fiber mesh down like we do our showers. If this were going to be a large piece where I needed the rigidity and the extra support, we would be laying down our fiberglass mesh just like we do on our showers. If you'd like to learn how to do showers, I'll link our latest video in the description of this video. All right, so the next step is to put 4 ounces per square foot of the Speedcure. That's gonna give us a really good smooth base. Let that cure at least 4 hours, and then we can go on to do our design. Pizza, 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 pizza. Mamma mia, pizza. All right, so I have it painted. Remember, you cannot use spray paint on a foam. Spray paint, the propellants in the paint will eat your foam really quickly. As it dries, you may notice that your tape gets a little wrinkly. That's okay, because once that 4 ounces per square foot of Speedcure goes over the top, it's gonna cover up any little imperfections you have on the surface. Okay, the paint is dry, and guys, I really do mean it when I say that the paint takes twice as long to dry on a foam board than it does on a wood substrate. So make sure that you allow ample time. If not, what will happen is if you pour epoxy over paint that's still wet and still off-gassing, it'll cause blisters down the road. So give yourself ample time and let it dry. All right, so what we've done now is we've mixed up 4 ounces per square foot of our Speedcure. Now, our Speedcure is a fabulous product. You do have to mix it and get it out of the bucket pretty quickly. You've got about 25 to 30 minutes of working time to be able to manipulate. Now I'm gonna let it kind of rest here just a minute. I'm gonna hit it with just a little bit of heat. All right, I'm gonna let it kind of self-level a little bit, kind of roll out. I'm gonna use the gravity because what I'm trying to do is let it start to get a little bit thick on my surface. Now, I'm not worried about my edges and everything being perfect because once this cures in about 4 hours, I'll be able to sand it, and any little imperfection that showed through, maybe a little piece of tape that showed through, I'll be able to sand completely smooth. We'll be ready for our color coat, which is the coat that we're really gonna put all our design in. All right, so I'm gonna take my hands and I'm gonna push that material over the edge. Make sure you're on a level surface because your epoxy is going to be self-leveling. Okay, we're good to go. I'm gonna let this cure about 4 hours. I'll come back and I will be ready to go to the next step. All right, next day, our Speedcure is dry. I'm gonna sand it, scuff it lightly, and get ready to pour our actual color coat. I'm just sanding with the 220. You don't have to get real aggressive. You're just trying to create a tooth for your next layer of epoxy to stick. Okay, I'll clean this and get ready to mix up some more epoxy. Okay, so I have sanded the epoxy that we've already poured, let it cure. This is our Speedcure. Now we're gonna be pouring our color coat. And I'm doing a very simple design, literally using 3 colors. We've got black Alumilite dye, white Alumilite dye, and a little bit of Color Passion Lux Gold, just for some accents at the end. Alrighty, I did mix up a little bit of our black Alumilite dye and added just a tiny bit of gold glitter just for some accents. All right, so we're at 3 ounces per square foot. So I'm just gonna get this out on the table. So I'm gonna spread it out, pushing it to the edge, and then over the edge a little bit, wetting my edges. By wetting my edges, pre-wetting my edges, this is gonna allow that epoxy to roll over really nicely as it starts to self-level, and we're gonna have beautiful edges. Epoxy likes to go where epoxy has already been. All right, now I'm gonna come in with my white, and I want my design to kind of flow kind of organically across the middle. I don't want it to be perfectly in a line, so I'm just gonna kind of take this, lay it out. There we go. Save a little bit in my cup just in case. Now I'm gonna take my roller. Now guys, I have a pro tip here. I took my little roller and I wrapped it with press and seal so that I can use this over and over again. And I would love to tell you this was my bright idea, but it was not. One of our RK3 Design Insider members showed me this. So, pro tip. All right, so now I'm gonna take it and very lightly, I'm just gonna kind of slide it and twist it and kind of push that over the edge so I get a really cool design. I don't want to over meld. That's the most important thing, is that we don't overdo it. It'll get really muddy really fast. I absolutely love this. It is so simple. All right, so I still have some of this black that has the gold in it, so I'm gonna kind of come pour that over the middle as well. And also I'm gonna come out here in my negative space and put a little bit of that. And remember, this has a little bit of the gold. All right, I'm gonna come back with my roller, kind of roll that out. Now I'm gonna come back with this black. Oh, I like that's really pretty. All right, now for some accents. Coming in with my gold Lux. And don't overthink this, guys. We're just trying to get some really neat accents. And I'm gonna go back over here too and back into our negative space. That's really pretty. Now, I don't want to add heat to this. Adding heat is going to make my design more fluid and it's going to actually move. So I don't want to do that, but I do want to pop the bubbles. Alrighty, so I'm going to use this new product, absolutely my favorite product, Fusion Relax. And what that's going to do is take care of all my surface bubbles without adding any heat. So guys, this could be a finish all on its own. It took me less than 5 minutes to do this very simple technique, but you know me, got to go to the next step. So I'm going to tilt this just a little bit just to get some organic movement, and it doesn't take much. All right, I really like that. Wow, very pretty. Now, I'm actually going to hit it with some larger drops of isopropyl alcohol. Now the reason I'm going to do this is I want these veins to look a little more organic. So I'm going to take just a little bit over here. Oh, I love this. Look how it took that vein and really gave it some character. The longer you wait to spritz with alcohol, the more distinct your design is gonna stay. So if you do it immediately after you pour, you're gonna get some really cool designs, but as the epoxy starts to self-level, you're gonna lose a lot of those designs. So if you really want your design to stay very detailed, wait 30 minutes or so before you spritz with alcohol, and your design's gonna stay a little more together. All right, guys, what do you think? How simple was that? So let me know, would you create an art piece out of this, a Lazy Susan out of this, or like me, I'm gonna make a clock? So let me know in the comments below. Do you want a bonus video showing you how I turn this into a clock? Guys, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more fun little crafty things like this, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and check out our website, rk3designs.com, for all of the supplies needed to create these fun projects. Free shipping on all orders over $100 and same-day shipping if you order before noon. We also go live every Tuesday night here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Central Time. We would love for you to join us. All right, guys, until next time, remember, don't be scared, move forward, and be creative.